Welcome. My name is Dr. Norm McVeigh. I'm with iBliss Now, LLC, iblissnow.com for our website. And I'm going to take you on an adventure today through a lot of various technology, working our way through alchemy, microdosing, light and sound therapy, radionics, psychotronics, smart pills, uh, sacred substance copiers, entheogenic compounds. I will also show you how, at the latter part, after we've laid some groundwork, I'll show you here how to make your own microdose and megadose psychoactive compounds, how to copy them from through our own apps, and also how to copy them through your own substances. But let's work our way up through, okay? So if I was, and my doctorate it encompasses clinical psychology, research psychology. I was trained in Gestalt, sensitivity training, the Esalen Institute, on and on and on. And I worked for the last 20 years in a quantum physics lab. So this is where the technology comes from. We measured just about everything, analyzed it, measured it, tried it, worked with it, and we learned so much, and I want to share that with you. All right, so, I'll show you here. These are some of the products I developed through a company called Oxygen Research Institute. And if I'm known for anything, perhaps it's for this one here, OxyBliss, earlier product that I had developed back in the 80s. So that's for you to take a quick gander at. And if I'm really known for anything, it's Atlantis High Life here. This is with Oxygen Research Institute. This device here uses noble gases, a magnet here, or rare earth magnets, and a scalar ionizer, and it activates the noble gases here and creates quite a good release and quite a good meditative, very deep state, no thought. And they can be put on top of speakers here. Here they're on top of speakers, and they create a big bushy field, and the sound moves through them. And when the sound moves through them, then you get the feeling of this, what we call 12D sound. So I wanted to show you that. And let's see, lastly here, that's probably pretty lastly. So anyway, here's a device, last look. These were quite popular and got out in the world. Now, some time ago, I bought a light device, and here it is, little itty bitty little lights here, okay? So, but that was 30 years ago when I started researching with some of this. So it was a long time back. Now we have systems that look like this. These are infrared and red LEDs, the frequency of the healthy cell, and the infrared, which is deep penetrate. Now I don't sell these devices, I just use these in research. But I wanted to show you where the market has gone to and where the research has taken us to. Now, I look at sound and light different than other folks do. I look at it as a carrier wave, meaning that I look at a sound and light as, let's just say, a field like this that moves along, and energy can be put on the sound and light and traveling upon it. And so that's where I look at that. And that really comes from Tesla. What he says, if you want to know the universe, you want to know energy, frequency, and vibration. And what I'll put on top of that is frequency and vibration equals energy, because energy is in frequency and vibration. That's how it is. And the energy I like is psychoactive energies, energy fields that do something for well-being and consciousness. And there's something called subtle energy, which was a piece of terminology that came out, oh God, that was 40 years ago. Well, nowadays it's not so subtle. It really has moved into a universe of its own. And that universe is not so subtle, and so it enters now into a whole different world. I'll also mention something and show you something here. This is something called orgonite. And this is using epoxy and putting metal pieces in it. And that makes this device here, which generates life energy. And so this is inside of this here. Let me get my arms around here. So that goes like that. This is inside of this, okay? and the orgone comes out of the tube, or the life force. And it's psychotronic, meaning it'll do a localized field. It'll also do action at a distance, which is radionic, or referred to as radionics. I used to be a featured speaker at the U.S. Psychotronics Association in Global Sciences, and so this is taking me way back there. And you can put something on the input plate here. Here's a pyramid, and the energy will go into the plate and mix with the orgone or life force being created inside, come out through the tube. This is about a 30-year-old device, good in its day, but things have really gone forward in so many directions. And subtle energy science and multidimensional or orgone physics has really taken off. But I wanted to show you this and give you an idea of what this looked like, at least back then. All right, so I should also mention part of my background was in the subject of biofeedback. And this is biofeedback is how small it is now, heart wave or heart rate variability monitor. And the biofeedback I used to manufacture with Introspective Technology Services, my company, huge pieces, you know. Now look at this, real small, attaches to your ear here. And when it's a green light, you have an issue that you can work on in coaching, which I've done quite a bit of, therapy, same, a lot of different countries also. And so a green light means you take the issue up. Red light means you have not gotten the issue yet. You're still dealing with surface triggering. Now, when you get a green light, this is an issue you take up, a core issue. And this biofeedback is something that I've done quite a bit of, 14,000 hours. And here's a book that I've written on the subject here on coaching. So this here is Coherent Coaching with EFT, Energy Psychology, HRV, Biofeedback. And I just wanted to let you know about this because this is something I've done a lot of, and it's helped me in the research I'm going to be showing you in the quantum physics lab. Okay, moving along here. So we're dealing with subjects like consciousness expansion and mood elevation, stress release. And stress release was something very specific back a long time back, very narrow bandwidth. And now it's moved in through sound, light, and energy for stress release. And this avoids a lot of problems with medicines that have caused a lot of side effects and a lot of problems. Okay. So action at a distance is doing something remotely. And psychotronics are devices that do something locally. Okay, making that distinction there. Oh, I'll show you something here that this will be quite amazing. I'm going to show you a piece of sacred geometry here. And here it is. Look at this. Here's this antenna which helps you tune it. And this device puts out white light, something called ultra white light. And it comes out of the tip here. You can see it like this. It comes out of the tip. Now you probably would ask me, hey Norm, can you feel it? I mean, is it something so subtle? Yeah, it's pretty subtle. However, amplification without distortion is what's necessary, and we'll go into that. But this is a device that puts out an energy field, white light. This is a pyramid here, and this pyramid at the top comes positive green, which is the field at noon, and the bottom is horizontal negative green, which is the field at midnight. And what comes out of the bottom is an action at a distance carrier wave, just as white light here is an action at a distance carrier wave also coming out of the tip. And I built these as big as 12 feet long, and those produce, yeah, you can put your left hand in front of it, which is input, and you can feel the energy go in your body, and it just clears things up like, you know, really fast. Okay, I got a small desk here with a lot of stuff, so I'm going to shovel this around here a little bit, hopefully keeping it pretty much intact. All right, oh, here's energy rods. You remember these guys? Here's the rods here, and you can measure energy. You go like this. When the rods, I'm manipulating this here, when the rods part, you're coming onto an energy field, a change in energy fields. So you're like this, and it's a dowsing response, and they broaden like this. That shows you that you're onto a target. So just giving you an overview here of this field before we go into it more deeply. Where's do I have my toroid around here? Well, I don't know that I do. I did have it, and what I'll do here is show you a toroid here. Toroid is a circle like this, And what happens is, if you envision this as a perfect circle, that would be helpful. And the energy comes and keeps going in through there, circulating like this, like looks like a lifesaver, for around a swimming pool or an inner tube. And this is a very, very powerful piece of sacred geometry, and it causes energetic circulation. So, I have an example here. This would be a toroid also. This is a DVD. So look, the center is hollow, and the energy circulates around and around and around like that. So that's another example of a toroid. A little different than the ones I work with, but enough to get the point across. Alrighty, what else are we going to do here? Oh, I'll mention here. Here's a good book if you're interested in red light therapy. This is a good book. I recommend this book a lot. This is quite good, and this came with my big device I showed you here, which is this big guy here, and this book will explain a lot of it. So just giving you an idea of what's going on research-wise and such. Okay, so what do we got here? Oh, universal pendulum. This comes from Dr. Ibrahim Karim of Cairo. And Dr. Karim, here it is. This is a dowsing device. You put it in neutral like this, and when you're over the energy field that it's being indicated on here, it'll spin clockwise like that. I'm manipulating this. But on here you have many, many, many energy fields. And this is adjustable, so you can adjust this so you can find a particular field that you're interested in discovering whether your sample has this, and then what you do is you wave it over the sample. Let's say the sample was a DVD like this, and you want to know what's on here. If there's on here this particular energy field, and if it goes like this, yep, that's a positive response. So that comes from Dr. Ibrahim Karim of Cairo, who I've corresponded with, who's a really A1 stand-up kind of guy. So I'll tell you about that. I also wanted to let you know that, and here's my toroid. Oh boy, I got a stack here, I'll tell you. So here's a toroid. This is what it looks like exactly here. And the energy comes through. And now, by the way, if you put music through this, the music or sound or light will be encoded by this energy field. And so the light that comes out of the other side will be a combination of what's here. What this does is 133 megahertz, actually, sorry, gigahertz on this one. And the energy field will come through here and combine with the sound. And sometimes you put these in front of speakers and such. But this is a device I mostly research with. So I'll let you know on that one. Okay, and if you happen to be hot on pendulums and dowsing, Dr. Karim's book here, quite good. We don't sell any of this. It's just, letting you know what my favorites are, because you ask a lot, email me and call me, and so I want to put it all and lay it all out here. Okay. So that book here, by the way, is Back to a Future from Mankind, or for Mankind. It's quite an excellent book. Okay, and I'll show you something here. If I can get this up and going here, I think I can. This is a very, very rare book from the French radiesthesists, and here it is here. And this came from Napoleon's raiding the tombs. And when he raided the tombs in Egypt, he brought back 1,000 artifacts to King Louis. And King Louis was the King of France. And these were put in a vault underneath the Louvre. I know this sounds like, something out of, some kind of a magic group or a magic book or a Da Vinci Code movie, but that's how it was. In the 40s, these devices were brought out, about 1,000 devices, and they were researched, and the findings for that research ended up in this book. This is so rare, it took me about 20 years to get a hold of this. You'll see diagrams and all this of measurement. And essentially the bottom line of this book, or the takeaway, is the researchers, after 10 years worth of work, said, don't make this public. It'll ruin automobiles and electricity and electrical motors, healing, the whole pharmaceutical industry will be wiped out. It'll change everything for the negative. If you're going to introduce this, do it step by step, very, very small at a time. But this book is loaded. There's 40,000 experiments in here. Okay, so it's no small feat there, I will have to mention. Okay. Let's see what else we got on the list here. Okay. I'll mention here. This is if you want to know about the Philosopher's Stone. Okay, the Philosopher's Stone interests you. And my step grandfather, um, I'll call him Mr. Porter, um, was a high up Rosicrucian who went to the pyramids in Egypt probably 10, 12 times. I don't know how many times, quite a few though. And he brought back a lot of technology. And so he told me about the Philosopher's Stone when I was 4 or 5 years old. I had no idea what he was talking about. I was playing with, you know, trains and boats and airplanes, and I didn't have time for it. If you want to see the best book out on the Philosopher's Stone, take a look at this one here. This is called Angels in Vermilion by P.D. Newman. And P.D. Newman has done the best job on research of the Philosopher's Stone that I've come into contact with. And take a look at this. He's got a few more books too. I don't sell this or anything. It's just I just want to point out. People ask me, so I want to let them know about the research that we've done. So there is that. Okay, what else do we have here? Okay, moving right along. Now, the key with these devices, particularly here we are with this one here to reacquaint you with it. By itself, it doesn't do a lot. But when you use a quantum amplifier, or an amplifier that amplifies about 1,000,000,000 times an energy field without distortion, this will become very, very powerful. And you can put it into a digital format, and it works extremely well that way. And that's the way we do a lot of our stuff. In fact, just about all of it, I think. Alrighty, now this is if you want to take a look at some of what I've done here, and I'll show you here a book that I've written about this very subject of the 20 years in the quantum physics lab called High-Tech Alchemy. So it's High-Tech Alchemy meets Ancient Metaphysics, a study in the high magic and altered states. And this will answer probably a lot of your questions about what kind of research we've done and how we've done it. And it will also answer how to take the entheogenic substances and psychoactive substances and how to print those onto things like t-shirts, caps, clothing, gum, mints, etc. We'll go way more into that, but I just wanted to show you that right now and just get that out of the way there. Okay, so we're paving the way here for all this. Okay, so now I want to show you something here. So we developed a technology for taking sacred substances and imprinting those on various objects. And I will show you here, I'll give you a demo exactly how this works. And let's see here, I'm going to get on this one here, and I will show you. This prints DMT, or dimethyltryptamine, and you can see the app here. Okay, here's the app. It's a PNG, but it's been programmed by a super quantum computer. And this is very much like a 3D printer, in that when you put an object on here, and here's some aromatherapy, and you put the aromatherapy on here, it will print the energy from the app, which has DMT codes imprinted in it, onto this particular aromatherapy, so that when you sniff it, 4 or 5 sniffs, you go into an altered state. It's a microdose of DMT, legal microdose of DMT, I should mention. And this way of doing it is very cost effective. It's non-toxic, it's safe, there are no side effects. You can do micro to mega, because each time that you put this on here for 30 seconds and then take it off and put it on and take it off, what will happen is it will be one more cycle stronger, so it will up level. Okay, so I want to let you know that you can also control the dosage, and you can download these, by the way, on our website, and they download. You can order it, download it, and in 30 seconds you got it on your computer or your pad or your phone, and this will work just fine on a phone. Matter of fact, I love going to conferences and blowing people's minds by getting these things up and And then what I do is I'll take something here, let's say a spray, just to show you a variety. Put the spray on top of the app. Here's my phone, and leave it on there for 30 seconds, and then spray them in their field, and they take a couple deep inhales, and an altered state occurs. So I wanted to mention that part. Okay, so you can use a phone, you can use a computer, a monitor. Big companies will use a large monitor, as big as a large table, like a dining room table, and they'll print off, hundreds and hundreds of products. Okay, now we have a lot of different things. This one here is the Russian pyramid. If you're familiar with this, you might. If you're not, you want to Google that. Russian pyramid is a great large healing pyramid in Russia that a lot of people are getting healing effects from. We put this into an app form so you don't have to go to Russia. And what you can do is you can do it right here. And you don't have to go traveling around. And it works just fine. Okay, so just showing you here. What else do we got here? Oh, okay, this is MDMA, or ecstasy as known. Again, we don't sell physical drugs, never have. What we do is we make apps that make them digital. So we digitize the sacred substance. It captures all the energy field. What it does is it captures the blueprint of the compound, and then we amplify it by a couple billion times. And the energy that we amplify and the physical substance are one and the same thing. So just taking you on a little trip here. Now this one here, this app, you can put your own substance on top of this one. So let's say you have something you want to print, you put the substance on top of that, and then on top of that you put the target. And let's say the target here is, okay, let's say these are drops here. You put the target on top of here, on top of your compound. Let's say they're pills or capsules or powder or what have you, and it'll print onto here. Okay, so it's like a 3D printer in a sense, but it prints energy. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Oh, these are cocoa leaves. Good in the morning. The only complaint I've ever had is people taking these at night and not being able to sleep. So cocoa leaves are a stimulant, guys. So, I wouldn't do that unless you're prepared to be a night owl. All right. Here's one of my favorites. This is one of the favorites of our group here. This is ketamine. So this comes from, it's a $600 to $800 spray by prescription. You can print this off here and make yourself something that's about 80% of that for the cost of a very small amount, which is for the app. Assuming, of course, you already have a pad, a phone, or a computer. Okay, all right, what else we got? This is white powder of gold. Here's the Philosopher's Stone. Okay, here's this. And that's really a wonderful one. We get a lot of orders on that, and we get a lot of compliments too, which I really like. So this one here. Okay, we got this right? Yeah, we do. I'm trying to get reflection on here, but it's a little difficult. Here it is, and this is Buddha relics. I went to Bangkok, Thailand, went to Wat Po, which is a temple, and when a Buddha dies, they take the body and cremate it, and what's left is a little stone. Looks about the size of maybe a quarter. And there's 800 of those Buddhas there. And I went ahead and took the energy fields, copied the energy fields from them, and amplified them by a few billion times. And that's this app. Used a lot by yoga practitioners, meditators, such like that, because it gets you into that kind of state. Very beautiful. When I was in that water temple, I asked some of the ladies that work there, I said, do you feel what I feel about this place? Do you feel this altered state or this high? They didn't know what the high or altered state was. They said, I just feel really happy and blissed and very like a spiritual opening. So anyway, I let you know. That was a great trip too there. That was really wonderful. This is oxytocin. Your body creates oxytocin. It's a feel-good, loving connection kind of compound. And it's very wonderful. It's a great romantic compound also. Okay, and I'll show you some of the things you can charge up with these as we go along. Okay, but I wanted to show you these first. Just give you the idea. Okay, I think that's probably enough of the idea right now on that. And I'm now going to go into what can you charge up with this? What can you do? Well, okay, let's start. Here's gum. Gum's a big time favorite. You put the gum on here, 30 seconds, charge it up, and you got the whole pack of gum charged up. You chew it, and you'll go into an altered state. And this is white light, which is what that large pendulum does. So that's that energy onto gum. Talk about transmutation and high-tech alchemy. All right, these are mints. And so the mints go on top of here. Same thing, leave it on there for 30 seconds. If it's not strong enough for you, put it on, take it off, put it on again, take it off, put it on again a few times, bang, there you go. And I love doing that at shows. That's the most fun, charging up perfumes and aromatherapy for people. Here's something that charges up really, really good. This is honey, and this is pentacarbon sugars. These things charge incredibly well. And you'll have in here this, you could load up vials with this. These vials are about this size. Generally, customers of ours sell a vial like this for between $50 and $100 a vial. And you just open it up and sniff it, put a little on your tongue, and away you go. The cost of making this, cost of the glass, and cost of the honey, you're probably in there for 10 cents, 5 cents, 5 cents a unit, something like that. 10 cents. It's pretty small. I don't sell these. I just sell you how to do it and the technology for that. Okay. Same. Okay, we got that there. Good. That goes over there. What else do we got here? Oh, here's a sports drink, or probably not really calling this a sports drink, but I look at it as a sports drink. It's really good. I like this. This is charged with a microdose of DMT, and it makes me more conscious, more functional. It's a light level of bliss, but everything goes nice and it's stress reduction. Swish it around a few times and you got it. Okay, what else do we have here that we can do? Oh, here's the drops I mentioned. Put those on, charge those up like this. Oh, let me just show you the phone, making sure that we're covering bases here. Here's the phone, and hold the phone, so to speak. And you have your app on here, and you charge up the drops here. You can sniff this and put some drops in your tongue, and away you go. It works really well. Sprays, I think I showed you. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, some of my favorites. I want to tell you, this is one of the most incredible things you can do. Here's jewelry. This is lapis, and this here is meteorite or hematite. Put those onto your screen, charge them up, and away you go. Now, I'm talking mostly about microdoses here, but we have programs that will give you mega doses. You can just run it overnight. Let's say on a laptop or on a stand-up computer with a monitor. And it will charge up your jewelry, and then it will release the energy field over a period of time during the day as you go along. Bracelet here. And oh, don't want to miss this one here. This is silicon or silica. Works really good. And so that plus a few of these, you'll be pretty happy. Now, you charge up a t-shirt also, okay, end cap, which of course I do, can't help myself. Then away you go with that. It works quite well. And there's you can get all kinds of, crystals work great, all stones work really good. They charge up and take the field. Now this is really good. This is when I go to casinos and I test astrological gambling programs for clients of mine. Okay, so this is lip gloss. Now watch this. You undo this like this. This one's ketamine. And you do your lips like this with this, and it comes under your nose, and then you go like this again, like this, and it comes under your nose, like this, okay, and no one's the wiser. It's a very good covert way to generate an altered state of consciousness or expanded consciousness, and ketamine's phenomenal. So that's the way that can be done. What else do I have here to show you? Well, let's see. Okay, I've given you quite a bit here. I'm going to show you something else that's just beyond. Okay, this is an SD card. It could very well be a USB key. That's fine too, or a DVD. Where did that go to? Well, it was some here. I showed it to you before, so it's the same DVD. I just don't know what happened to that one. They got so much here. But anyway, what you do is put that on the screen. Here it is. You put it on the screen like this, and you have music on it. Let's say you have your favorite playlist. So let's say you want to do a combination. This is one of my combinations. I like coca leaves for stimulation, DMT for cognitive experience, magic mushrooms, cognitive experience. White light, add that in there. Add in there some Buddha relics and some oxytocin, just as an example, and ecstasy, which we have. Now when you play this, whether it's on headphones or whether it's on speakers, please not your car. Don't do any of this, please, in a car or when you're having to have unbroken concentration. You're mowing the lawn with a power mower, or you're, at work or something. I mean, you really want to keep this is to begin with, and you're doing the safety and the security and the knowingness, the familiarity of your own home or office. That's a good place to start. So anyway, on this, I have my rock music, and I can plug this in and play this. I've played this on my motorcycle before, but I don't recommend it. It gets a little bit, a little multi-dimensional for keeping yourself focused. Okay, it's fun, but it could, you just don't want to mess with it, But you put your music, can be new age music, classical, it doesn't make any difference. Set it down on top of here, and it will charge up. If you really want to put a good charge on it, put it on a laptop screen, run the app overnight, and it won't disappoint you. So that's a lot of what we do there. Okay, I like this a lot. I mean, this makes music multidimensional. It makes it multidimensional, psychoactive, and you can make it for your own playlists, your own music. If you have a band, we put it. I worked with a lab, with a recording studio lab, and we had someone that said, "Well, we want this energy field onto our music," and we played the music. And I don't like it too much, but okay. So we put it on. They got nominated for a BAMI. And people said they felt really good when they listened to music, but they didn't like the music very much. So that's exactly how that works. So you put this on music, you've got psychoactive music, and it won't disappoint. You can adjust with regular substances or herbs or drugs or stuff. I would never mix them together. I would only do one by itself as an isolate. I would never mix. With the energy fields, it's fine. It doesn't matter that you mix because it's energy. And it's not physicality. It is a whole different world of that. So obviously, there's no toxicity, none of that. And you can send the music by email to a friend. You can control the dosage, and you're not at all doing something illegal. And by the way, for coaches and therapists, I recommend ketamine in digital format or ecstasy. Both of those work really good. My friend Jonathan wrote a great book on the use of MDMA in therapy, and I think you'd like that very, very much. And now I'm going to blow your mind. Oh, I want to show you, this is too good. This is sunglasses. Put the sunglasses on, charge them up. Here they go. Put them on like this. Now what happens is all the light that comes through the sunglass has the field of whatever you've put on these sunglasses. And I can feel it right now. My space is getting bigger. This is a real cognitive expansion, but no hallucinations, nothing weird, nothing, you can still do your life, not a problem. But there will be a stress reduction, kind of bringing meditation into your life effect. You don't get riled up as easy. You don't get stressed out as easy. You keep your cool and equilibrium, and you tend not to get so reactivated or plugged in or triggered. And so you don't speak. I'll put it this way: what people tell me is they don't. One guy particularly says, "I used to speak before I thought," and he says now, before I say something, I really look to see in this state whether it's appropriate to say it and what's the best way to communicate it so it'll be really understood. So it's been a great communication asset. And so these are glasses, and these are plastic, not even glass. Glass will work even better. But I recommend now when you have these on. You charged up your t-shirt, you got your glasses charged up and your cap, you've got some jewelry on here, and of course you have a bracelet here and stones here. I paid $5 for this in Bali. I think I've overpaid. But anyway, works great. So you have your jewelry on, you have all your stuff on, you got your shoe soles. Oh, God, you've got maybe a vest charged up. Now, each one will talk with each other one. They all resonate together if you're using the same formulas. And you'll create yourself a cocoon or an energy field that you're walking around in. And that cocoon makes you somewhat to quite a bit impervious to stress, anxiety, and other forms of distraction and unhappiness. So it really blisses you along, as we call our company, of course, I Bliss Now, and that's exactly the way we feel about it. I'm going to now blow your mind completely and fully. Okay, if you're not blown so far, I'm going to go the extra level, and I'll show you something here that's really quite amazing. Okay, so let's see here, just getting this all together here. Okay, show me where it is. Oh, good. Okay, here's magic mushrooms. Just what I was looking for. Okay, here's, pardon me. Here's magic mushrooms. Okay. Now, what this is I showed you you can put an SD card on top of this, no problem. Charge it up. This is a computer chip, silicon. Silicon takes information. That's what it does. It's a absorbable compound that stores information. When you put this on top of this, like that, and here you are, and you leave it there for a few cycles or longer, and you put this in your pocket, it will be quite an interesting experience. This headband here, and I'm not saying this is the most beautiful one in the world, but this is the one that I like a lot, and I've got these in here. I've got a lot of these in here, and I get these used for, $1 or one or so from one of the guys that repairs my computer, and some of my computer guys too in Silicon Valley where I've been and done trainings. So this goes here like this, and this gets you into a good altered state. So if you have, it really works. So this is kind of like a sporting headband. And I also should mention too, and then I'll go back to this. Here's charging up sportswear. And this is a really good candidate for coca fields. Nice and stimulating. Now, if you're going to be meditating, perhaps DMT magic mushrooms. Okay, maybe as a combination. Real nice. Okay, showing you that there. And yeah, the headband is really terrific. I know some of my customers take their cap and put these into their cap. Oh, my hair is going to look bad, but okay. They put them in like this, and they glue them in. And when they do that, like this perhaps, or like that, or the top like this, when you put that cap on, yeah, you go into a pretty nice altered state also. So I'm just giving you the ideas of what can be done here, okay? Seeing what kind of time we've been spending here. Okay, good. So I'm seeing has anything been left out here? I don't think so. It's not so far. We're pretty much at the game plan here. So come to our site because we have free demonstrations there, and my book is included with larger orders. Here's my book again, High Tech Alchemy, Dr. Norm McVeigh, shameless author. And if you happen to be interested in coaching or learning how to coach, this book, here available at Coherent Coaching Institute, really covers it head to toe. And then, of course, if you use a heart rate variability monitor. And you might say, well, look, I work on the internet and I work by Google Zoom. And so how can I use this? Well, these things are cheap. They come from HeartMath and they come an ear electrode. So you just have your patient or client buy it, put it on their ear, and show the monitor or show the camera this, and then you're using biofeedback via the internet. And I've been doing biofeedback sessions since 1967, went professional in 68, really professional. Before that I was kind of semi, but 68 I got real serious about it, and so did they, and we rocked along just very, very nicely. So I train coaches in EFT, EMDR, and various forms of how to dig for issues, use of the HRV monitor, and essentially a lot having to do with how to set up a practice and such like that. I was usually booked up 6 months in advance, paid, because I use biofeedback. And this is way before HRV. This was galvanic skin response, monitors, and computer voice analysis, which I developed with my father, a computer voice analyzer that analyzed micro muscle tremor and something called, micro muscle tremor right here. And so it could determine the level of stress when a question was asked. So anyway, covering the completion on that and the roundup. So there that all is, but I hope you come to our site, iblissnow.com, and look at the free demos. Try them. You'll really enjoy them, and you'll see what we have. We have a whole cannabis suite there. We have 60, 70 of different energy fields. We have a 6-pack app that you can that you can put on your phone and press a button and get different fields right away. I mean, we really have some cool stuff. That's available. I think Google Play has that also. So anyway, there we are out there in the universe, and iblissnow.com for iblissnow LLC. This is Dr. Norm McVeigh saying, really appreciate you watching and appreciate you hanging out with us. And we'll do it again. And there's more videos on the site. So help yourself, and I wish you peace, love, and a lot of harmony and bliss. Okay, guys, take care.